Let's get the first 5v5 out of the way first. There's some great fights out there. Eric Cruz is a great fight, Mercado as well, and that's the plan, straight on trying to dispute it.
Definitely, and also massive announcement that the Twin match will fight tomorrow. Excited to kind of get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's hard to keep certain fights out of the grasp of the media, but there's, going to be a hell of an announcement on Monday. I think the best card I've ever seen from top to bottom. Like with the Bivol Beterbiev fight, 6 complete 50-50 matchups, and that's exactly what we want.
It's definitely my final one as well. Peter McGuigan, obviously replacement opponent, Mark Leach comes in. I mean, doesn't get his revenge opportunity, but also a tricky fight for Peter McGuigan.
I think so. I'm glad he took it. I mean, all of a sudden, obviously you've got the narrative of the rematch, but now you've got Liverpool against Manchester eliminated for the British title as well. It's actually a good fight, but it's a must-win for Peter McGuigan. And like you said, the style is difficult to overcome. Let's see if he can do it.
Cheers, Eddie.
Cheers.
Eddie, Canelo was asked about reparating his relationship with Oscar De La Hoya. He said he wishes him well, but he doesn't like the vibes from Oscar De La Hoya. What do you think about that? Do you think that relationship will be mended in the future?
No, never. Not the conversations I've had.
Why is that?
Well, because obviously what happened between them is very personal, isn't it? I don't. The way I know Canelo Alvarez, I don't really see him having grudges against people. But he doesn't want to entertain any conversation about Oscar De La Hoya. So, that's the past, and I'm sure something's gone on that he wasn't very happy about.
So when it comes to the conversation regarding David Benavidez, he said that, look, if that fight's going to happen, it's a lose-lose for him because he dictates the shots, and one of the shots that he wants is maybe a rehydration clause, but he feels like he wouldn't get the credit if he put that in.
I understand that. Like, basically what he means by that is, it's the same thing about doing Bivol at 168. If he beats him at 168, everyone says, yeah, but you made him come down to 68. So when you fight Benavidez, if you don't put a hydration clause in, he's going to rehydrate 28 pounds. And if you do, everyone's going to say, oh, you made him rehydrate, and he wasn't the same. It's like when Ryan Garcia fought Tank. Nothing to do with a rehydration clause, just got beat. But, I know what he meant, but David Benavidez is a good fighter. He was at our show last week, enjoyed himself. And I'm sure it'll happen in the future.
Did you catch the Tyson Fury press conference from the images? He looked very lean. Do you think a lean Fury beats Usyk?
I think he has to be lean, he has to be sharp. Usyk's got great movement, he's a great fighter, and Tyson's got to be in the physical condition of his life to win that fight.
Barry McGuigan made comments. He said that he believes that Tyson Fury isn't elite, but judging by his record, he's only beaten one great fighter in the form of Vladimir Klitschko. Wilder isn't one of those great punch, but not a great fighter. Agree?
I have said this in the past. I do think the 3 Wilder wins, I know one was a draw, but really he won the fight, were impressive. The Klitschko win was amazing, but beyond that, I've always said I felt AJ's got a better resume, but listen, he's fighting for undisputed on May the 18th. If he wins that fight, he's the best of the generation.
Did you see Porter getting grief about Naoya Inoue having to come over to America to prove his legacy?
Some Americans sometimes think that you have to go to America. Really, you have to go to the place where you're the biggest draw and make the most amount of money. And for Naoya Inoue, that's Japan. So, but I do understand the attraction of fighting in America. And I do think it has value as well.
Very last year. Did you see the Wilder training footage? It almost looks like he's training for an upcoming fight, Eddie, on the 5v5.
Apparently, if Deontay Wilder represents Matchroom, I'd be shocked, but it would be an honour.
Cheers.
Eddie, Warrington and Wood got into it ringside.
Yeah, I heard, yeah.
Very, very tasty. Everyone wants to see that rematch. It's obviously stalling for certain reasons. Do you think that happens this year?
Hopefully. We've got a fight lined up for Josh, but that's the fight I want, really, the Lee Wood fight. I think it makes sense. A lot of those guys want more money, but we'll have to see.
When stuff like that happens on a fight night, it's gold dust.
Yeah,
it's the promo. You can use it in the trailer.
I haven't seen it yet. You haven't seen it yet.
I'll show you in a minute.
Okay.
If you want.
Maybe I'll catch it on the way home. But, but yeah, look, I think that is the fight to make, in my opinion.
And obviously the 5 versus 5, you're going to think this is a very greedy question from me. It's getting announced on Monday. That's in Saudi Arabia. But obviously I've seen rumours online about a follow-up card, potentially at Wembley in September, another 5 versus 5 card. Is that true? Do you have a date penciled in for Wembley later in the year?